Cubes.
Oh, it's just gone live.
Ba-da-ba-da, pre-show music. Da-da-da-da. Ba-da-ba-da. Ba-da-ba-da. Ooh. Ba-da-ba-da. Uh-oh, there's an error. Please try again.
Oh no,
It's on the YouTube
I've got a
page.
little live button up in my corner.
No, the
Oh,
actual video. Do-do-do-do. Could have just been timed out. Says it's live. Please stand by. Come on. Come on, guys.
hang on. What have I got on
There
my
we go.
speak?
Hello.
Oh yeah, there you are. Look at that. Ooh,
Hello,
that's
boys
creepy.
and girls of Internet Land.
It's
it's
just strange for us. This is, isn't it?
it is. It's Beer O'Clock and it's episode 94 of the Beer O'Clock Show, the final episode of the year and of season 5, and we're broadcasting live to all the boys and girls in the Beer O'Clock Show family. My name's Mark, and joining me, all dressed up and with streamers at the ready, is the party boy and my bestest beer buddy, Steve. Hello, Steve.
Hi Mark, how you doing?
I'm doing very well, thank you very much, mate. We have a mysterious... Oh, how are you?
Oh, I'm good. Thank you very much.
It's very
I'm
rude of
fine.
me not...
Very,
Good,
very
good,
rude.
good.
You got so carried away with the fact that we're broadcasting live to
I
nobody
know.
that
I'm so excited. We've got 3 people watching. It's amazing. Look
excellent.
out, BBC. We'll be on Channel 5 plus 1 before you know it. We have a we have a mysterious show tonight because we have a beer that I've had hidden from me, tucked away in this cylinder of concealment. Whoa. With a
Look at
strict
that.
post-it note on it that says, do not open before 15th of 12th 14, hashtag mystery beer. Because Steve hashtags fucking everything, not just Twitter posts. It's hashtag on
Glad you've
everything.
noticed.
Um, yes, I'm not allowed to open it. I wasn't allowed to open it before tonight on Steve's order, so I have no idea what we're drinking. I didn't even know what kind of glass to bring. I was going to bring a lager glass just to piss you off, Steve.
Please don't
But
tell me you bought a
instead,
lager
I
glass.
thought I didn't. I thought to kind of tie off the season, I bought my tequila glass.
Good man. I was hoping
So,
you were going to pull out the teku for this.
so before we get on to the meat of the show, not that this isn't the meaty bit, shall we get this open? Shall we do the grand
Yeah, come on,
reveal?
mate. Come on,
All right.
let's open the video. Do you want a drum roll? So I do one of my famous drum rolls.
I might need to get. Where's my can opener?
That
Get the
you've
little,
got.
get the little knifey bit just to cut through the tape.
I did put a lot of tape on it. I did overtape it a
Good.
little bit because I didn't want you to get into it too soon.
Well, I did promise. I promised Stephen that I wouldn't get into it.
You did. That's true.
For those of you who are doing the Friday night listen, apologies for how. Oh shit! There's little popcorn things in it as well.
Oh
You
yeah,
packaged
yeah.
it
It's
well,
properly packaged as well, mate.
look, these little things.
Okay, Mark is currently unwrapping his beer for those that aren't
I'm
watching
currently.
live this evening.
And to all 3 people who are watching live, hello. Let's get
Yes.
into it.
Whoever you are that's watching, can you just tweet us and let us know so we can give you a shout, please?
Yes, tweet the Beer O'Clock Show and Roku Beer because I don't get no tweets. Right. Oh, some bubble wrap as well.
Okay. So we're into the
Ooh.
bubble wrap. We're almost at the fast stage.
And it's wrapped in
It's
Christmas paper through the bubble wrap, so I can't even tell what it is yet.
Is it? Did I wrap it in Christmas paper as well? Oh,
Yeah,
that was thoughtful of me. This is like an alcoholic pass the parcel then. In that case,
kinda. So I
all
can't
we
fucking-
need now is just some cheesy music in the background.
Dun, 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 dun. That's a big bottle.
It is a big bottle.
Big bottle.
It's a big bottle of boozy beer.
Just gotta make sure I'm recording all of this. Otherwise, we'll be fucked. Yes, we are. Very good.
Excellent.
That would not have gone down very well. This is the magic of live recording, ladies and gentlemen. Right, I'm going to be very brutish and actually just tear the paper, buddy.
And mate, you'll soon find out it's all about the Magic tonight.
Oh, fucking hell.
Tell the boys and girls what you've got.
Your promise to kill me is going to be actual promise. I can barely read it because it's all... Oh, Jesus Christ. It is Magic Rock Bearded Lady, which is a...
Mate, it's not just the Bearded Lady. It's the Bourbon Barrel Bearded Lady Imperial Brown Stout, 2014 edition. ABV of 10.5%.
Oh, that's all right. That's a baby beer for me.
Yeah.
Down on one. 660 mils. It's got a little wax top on it as well.
Yes. Yes. A little wax
Very
top.
nice. Yep, see? Ladies and gentlemen, you can't actually see. For those of you who are listening at home and not watching, then you can see on the camera that you can't actually see what the label says because it's all black.
Yeah, but you'll be able to see pictures of it up on our Instagram feed because it'll be up there later on tonight. So for those of you that don't know what the Magic Rock Bourbon Barrel Bearded Lady bottles look like, it'll be up there later. But yes, so this is our special end of season mystery beer. Hashtag the mystery beer, no longer a mystery. I'm just gonna say hi. Mate, I'm just going to say hi to one of the three people that's actually listening in that's tweeted us as well. So, Sam Wellborn, at Sam Wellborn, welcome to the show, mate. Nice to have you along for this evening's live broadcast.
Tonight's number one fan.
Tonight's number one fan, and I do hope you tune into the podcast when it's released on Friday as well, because we wouldn't want to lose listeners just because we've done this live tonight.
5 people watching now, Steve, and a thumbs up.
Excellent.
How's that?
There we go. Brilliant.
Right.
Here we go.
Are we going to crack this open now?
Let's get into it. Yeah, let's because
Right.
I imagine it's probably going to take us a few minutes to get through the wax seal, based on previous experiences.
Yep.
With wax seals.
We've had some interesting.
Yes, I've been
sealed
very
bottles.
much.
Haven't we?
Sorry, mate, I missed that. I'm too busy trying to break this wax seal.
We've had some interestingly sealed bottles this season.
We have, yes. We've had kind of a full range of. This is our second wax one of the year. We've had at least one in foil that I can remember as well.
Yep.
We've had the interesting caps that come on the top of the some of the bigger Baladin bottles as well.
Mm-hmm.
And there we go. Once the wax is off, the little magic man is revealed. There he is for the watchers at home. There's the magic
Look
man.
at his little face.
He looks like me,
It's a
doesn't
little
it?
smiley face.
It's Steve when he finds Magic Rock in a bar.
Indeed. I'm sure they modelled it after you.
Yeah, right, I've got through the first layer of wax, but I've left myself enough to get underneath it.
Oh, me neither. This is gripping viewing, ladies and gentlemen.
Isn't it just? It'll make for even better listening, I'm sure.
You'll be wanting to embed this video on your blog, so tell you what.
Yeah.
Let's get a little bit more of this wax off.
There we go. Right, I think I've got enough wax off to actually allow me to get into it. So,
Cool.
Oh, Sam's just replied to us again. Said thanks for the shout. Long-time listener, Sam is to the show, so it's nice to have someone that's been with us for a while, listening in
Hello,
tonight.
Sam.
And yes, Sam, you do need to find a way of cracking the prizeless prize. So we look forward to your entries next season. Oh, that smells immense.
And at Kolu Leeds has tweeted me with chug, chug, chug. I will do my best to this, mate. Gareth,
Don't.
if you're still
Seriously,
watching, mate.
Don't.
So are we going to crack it open now, or do we want to do a little bit about what we've got up to in recent days?
Let's. I would say that the bottle's open, so maybe let's just let it breathe a little bit. Let's talk about.
Have you
what
opened
we did
yours?
the weekend. Oh yeah. Did you not just hear me go? Oh my God, that smells immense. It smells absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
I don't think I want to wait.
Oh,
It just smells of booze.
smells so imperial, Stephen.
Well, it is kind of imperial, mate.
I know, that's my point.
Yes.
Don't embarrass me in front of all my friends. Okay, right. Let's get on to what we got up to. What?
Somebody's moaning. David Martin, who was out with us on at the weekend, is upset that we're ignoring him and that we're only talking about Sam. So, hi David, how you doing, mate? This probably isn't going to work in an audio podcast, is it? But hey ho, it's an experiment for us tonight.
Well, David, you should be tweeting me as well, mate, instead of just your friend, your bestest mate, Steve. Anyway, Saturday night, we met up with David, amongst other people.
We did. We met up with a whole group of people, mate.
We had... The Quimbo Crawl was on Saturday. I think I can sum it up with, it was a great night with an absolute shitload of people. That's my one-line review.
And a shit ton of beer as well.
Yeah, absolute, a mega shit ton of beer.
Yeah.
And I didn't even make it to Brewdog.
No, you didn't, but you made it further than you did in the past, mate. So
I know.
Congrats for that. It was a good day. I'd like to thank everyone that came along. Actually, it was nice to see so many people join us at the very beginning, and the majority of those people actually stayed with us all the way through to the end at Brewdog in Shepherd's Bush as well. What were the highlights for you, mate, on the Quimbo Crawl?
Apart from meeting all the lovely people, of course, I think it was the brew house and kitchen, because I had a little bit of food and a little bit of beer, and having a chat with the brewers as well, and that's when we got even more people in, and there was a great place just to sit around and mingle, walk around the tables and you can mingle properly, rather than before where we were just at a table and stuff. So I think that for me was the highlight. Yeah.
Yeah, to be honest with you, I think I'd agree, because I think I was having some issues in the first bar that we went in with my tastes, and I just wasn't enjoying any of the beers that I was trying in there. And I think it was when we got to the brew house and kitchen that sampling their brewed on the premises cask beers, I was just loving absolutely every one of them, and I could have just stayed in there drinking those beers for a lot longer than we did, actually. But I think you're right in saying the atmosphere in there and the fact that we were able to move around, and I certainly started speaking to a lot more people when we got into brew house and kitchen as well, and I think that's where it really started for me. It was like the first place was just like a warm-up pub, and then we went to brew house and kitchen, onto the Euston Tap, and then finishing at Brewdog Shepherd's Bush as well, where the guys at Brewdog had sorted us out lovely over there as well. There was some of the new Joe and Seth's popcorn waiting for us. There was the goat's cheese and black pepper popcorn that was designed to be paired with Dead Pony Club. So there was popcorn and Dead Pony Clubs waiting for everyone, and that was a really nice touch. So thanks to the guys at Brewdog for sorting that out for us as well. Oh
no, I wish I'd gone. Never mind.
Mate, the popcorn was just amazing. It was just so creamy and tasty, and it worked perfectly with Dead Pony Club as well. Absolutely spot on.
Cool. Well, if you consider that last year on our Quimbo Crawl we had maybe 8 or 9 people all up, I think.
Yeah.
And on Saturday we had 20.
I think throughout the day we possibly hit 20 at one point. There were definitely 14 that started with us, and I think there were about 14 that finished with us, and I think we did hit the dizzy heights of 20 at one point, yeah.
Yeah, I think when we were at the brew house, which is obviously very easy to get to, I think we had a good crowd of getting up to 20 people, yeah.
Yeah.
It was great. I met some people that I've never met before. I had a decent chat with one of the guys from Weird Beard about Iron Maiden, which was a joy for me. Because he was talking about how his idea with the whole concept of the Weird Beard branding was inspired by how Maiden constantly reuse Eddie, their mascot
Oh yeah,
and
yeah.
change him on every album. And he wanted that kind of feeling to carry through on their branding. So that was really
You know,
cool.
now you've said that, you can really see that in their branding, can't you?
Yeah, you
How they've
can.
done that.
hmm
Yeah. Oh, I bet you
Um,
was absolutely loving that, mate. I bet you was all over that chat.
in the line for the dunny, but you know, you do what you can do. He was a captured audience at that point because he was right behind me. So while we're waiting for the pisser, I talked him off a bit. It was really good fun. Oh, and David's accusing Clayfish of hoovering up all the popcorn. Shame on you, David. Clayfish is a hungry boy.
Yeah. That was that. I don't think David can accuse anyone of that, because I think David and Clay hoovered up all of the chicken at the Euston Tap before we got to Brewdog.
I had my
So
fair
let's not
I had my
let's not
fair
be
share of
pointing
that
any fingers there, David.
A big thank you to Heisenberger One for bringing that chicken along that he smoked on the afternoon on his barbecue, or in the morning. That was good chicken. That was good chicken.
It was good chicken. It's very good chicken. Very good chicken.
Yeah.
One of our long-term listeners and guys that get involved on Instagram, Sean Smith, has just said, "Open the bottle." Sean, we have opened the bottle, mate.
It's open, mate.
It was opened about 5 minutes ago. We're getting round to pouring it. Give us a chance.
We're
still
connoisseurs. We're connoisseurs of beer, so we're letting it breathe.
You have to remember, the polished product that you normally hear on a Friday normally has a lot of this chaff taken out of it.
Yeah.
So.
We record this on a Monday because it takes me that long to edit it down. Right, Steve.
Mark,
Shall we have a bit of a pour, buddy?
let's please, because I've been looking forward to getting into this for months.
Okie dokie. Here we go. Boys and girls.
I've even dropped this out of my 12 beers of Christmas this year, so that we could enjoy it live on the show.
Here we go with Magic Rock, Bearded Lady, live on the. Oh, it's brown, isn't it?
Well, yeah, I think a slight clue in the title, mate, that it's an Imperial Brown Stout.
Oh, it's not us. I'm just giving people who are listening audio only a visual. Right.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I kind of forgot about that, I suppose. What are you thinking about the smell of that?
That smells like strong beer. It smells really nice.
It's got a really big boozy whiskey hit to it, hasn't it?
It does, yeah.
Which just comes off the top of it. There's a little bit of sort of like some sweet flavours in there, maybe some vanilla and maybe a little bit of toffee in there as well. And I just got a big hit of dark bitter chocolate as well, coming off of that.
Yeah, you get the booze, you get like a slightly wet wood, really dark caramel type aromas off it. And no doubt we'll get even more of that as it warms up, because mine came out of the fridge like 10 minutes ago, so it's still warming up.
Oh, see, now mine's been at room temperature all day, so I'm hoping it's pretty much at perfect drinking temperature for this evening.
I didn't know what type of beer it was, so you had the benefit of that. But I'm warming it up in my hands to see if I can
much away.
Get the flavour. You wouldn't even tell me what the beer was called. Obnoxious. Right. Shall we get into it, mate?
Yeah, for the final time this season, mate. Cheers, guys. Yeah. And to everybody that's watching and listening at home, cheers to you all for sticking with us through season 5.
Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Here we go.
Oh. Whoa, that's warm.
Whoa.
That's really warming. Oh, yeah. Oh, it's dark and it's sweet and it's bitter, and then there's this hot,
it burns.
Hot finish to it. That's
It burns me.
I have to say straight off the bat, because I had the 2013 edition of this as well when it was released last year, and from, if memory serves me correctly, I found that a lot smoother than this. It was that's a little bit harder to drink. I believe this has been aged in different whiskey barrels from the 2013 version as well. But we'll see how it develops in the glass over the time that we're drinking it.
Yeah, you can get the booziness straight away. Lovely and smooth though. Just kind of oozes over your tongue. You get that lovely darkness, those dark flavors, the kind of slightly coffee-ish, slightly bitter flavors, and then the burn, that whiskey burn on the end.
That burn just comes through nicely. That does, doesn't it? It really does. We've got Kulu Leeds has been on again. Gareth, he's managed to resist drinking his 2013 bottle until now, and that's on his list for his 12 beers of Christmas this year. Gareth, mate, I can tell you that's a stunning beer, and you've done well to age that for nearly 18 months. So I'll be keen to hear what that tastes like when you crack that one.
And our commiseration to your family on your passing, when you finally do.
Yes. and Dave's been in touch again. He's just found a bottle of Bourbon Barrel Bearded Lady hiding in his cupboard, and he's asking us if he should. There's only one answer to that question, David.
Yes,
you should. Crack it and join us for this evening's show. Yes.
Down on one, lad. Do it Mark style.
So, we've got comments. Comments are flying in now, mate. I think we need to do some show stuff, and then we'll come back to the comments, I think, because otherwise it's just going to end up being us reading out a constant stream of comments, isn't it, tonight?
Which won't be of any interest.
Cheers for everybody's comments. Cheers to everybody's comments. We'll do our best to get to them as we go through the show. It's going to be a fairly long show. We've got a lot of this beer to get through.
Right, let me just pull up the list of beers that we've had from this season. Bear with me, slow internet, because we are broadcasting video across the interwebs. Okie dokie. Oh, well, that says a lot about. Sorry guys, bear with me.
Okay, well, while you're doing that, I'll read out some of the comments then, as a perfect filler. The Wolf of Outrage, otherwise known as Crema Brewery, has just dropped us a message. I think this is just rubbing it in more than anything, Chris. He's drinking Human Cannibal at the Euston Tap, which clearly wasn't on Saturday night when we were there. But he did say here's to another year of the Beer O'Clock Show. So thanks for that, Chris. Appreciate your comments. And then the show's long-term number 2 fan, possibly vying for the number 1 fan spot at the moment as well, Miles Lambert, says that we're looking sharp, and what's everyone hoping for from Santa? I think we'll get on to the what do we want from Father Christmas a little bit later. Thank you, Miles. But nice to know that you're with us tonight.
Number 1 fan for that, Miles. Good on you, buddy.
You know what? I think now's the time to announce a new number 1 fan live on air. I think it's got to be Miles. I think this year he's well and truly taken Doodie's mantle.
And you know what? Doodie won't even be upset because he doesn't even watch anymore. He doesn't even listen.
I know. Doesn't even watch, doesn't listen. He doesn't write. He doesn't call. He's never there for us.
No.
Yeah. Miles Lambert, well done, mate. You're our new number 1 fan.
Anyway, let's get on to what beers we've had this season. So I've got the season 5 beer list in front of me. They were, from beginning to end, Birra del Borgo, My Antonia, Rodenbach Grand Cru, Birra del Borgo Reale, Thornbridge Halcyon, which I don't even know why we drank that, Baladin Isaac, 5 Points IPA, Baladin Nazionale, Brass Castle Bad Kitty, Birra del Borgo Reporter. Do we have the bear hug? I can't remember.
We did have the bear hug, yeah.
Did it?
Yeah, we
Yeah,
had the bear hug.
You got TBC on the beer list, man. You got to keep up with those. Ballad and Nora. We
Try the
had
show notes that I sent through to you that had the up-to-date list on it.
Graham Nelson Vienna IPA. We had our homebrew special last week, and finishing off tonight, we've got Bearded Lady from Madrid Grok. Did I miss any beers, buddy?
5 Points IPA and Balladin
I said
Nora.
that.
I don't think you mentioned those. Did you?
I did.
Okay.
Yes. Very good.
Yes.
Well done.
Yeah.
So out of all those,
Yes.
mate, apart from Halcyon, because that's, that's written on the wall already, what was the one that you liked the most, you reckon?
Oh, you know what? I knew you was going to do that. I knew that question was coming. It's a really tough question because I looked at the list earlier and there are probably 4 on there that were standout beers for me. So I'd like to talk about the 4 and then I'll tell you which of the 4 has really knocked my socks off this season. So
Okay.
Start off with the Thornbridge Graham Nelson Vienna IPA, which was an absolute stunner of a beer. It was like gold dust to get hold of in the supermarket.
It was.
But once you actually managed to get hold of some, that was just a cracking beer. Everything I look for in an IPA, really. So really did enjoy doing that one, and also enjoyed talking to Graham on that show, and also Rob Lovett from the Thornbridge Brewery. It was nice to have them both on with us. Then probably coming in, I'll do these 2 together because they're part of the theme. 2 of the beers from Birra del Borgo. So it will come as no surprise to anybody listening or watching this week that I'm going to say My Antonia, because that was my first introduction to Italian craft beer, and it was an absolute stunner. It just knocked my socks off. First time having an Imperial Pilsner, it just had this fantastic Italian flavour to it, and then you had this sharp, strong, hoppy finish of the Dogfish Head presence in there. And then the other one was the Birra del Borgo Reale, which for me was just a real example of what these guys in Italy are doing with beer at the moment. And then to have taken that one step further as well during the year and been lucky enough to have tried the 9th anniversary edition of that at Indie Man, and also to have tried the Reale Extra as well. That was a real eye-opener for me. And the last one, and I think I've probably left this to last because I think I'm actually going to say that this is my beer of the season. And this is a real surprise because had you said to me at the beginning of the season that I would have chose this as my favourite beer, I think I would have said, nah, it'll be one of the others. But the Brass Castle Bad Kitty was absolutely stunning. And listening back to that show recently, the way that we were talking about it, we fell in love with that beer. And it just had these flavours and aromas to it that even now I can still remember them reminding me of Christmas, of childhood memories of Christmas. And that was just a real winner for me. And it was great having Rob Derbyshire from Hopzine on that show with us as well, and reviewing that beer with us. So they've probably been my 4 standouts, and with Brass Castle coming out on top actually. What about yourself, mate?
Well, I think I can honestly say that, with the exception of perhaps the Reporter, which was the tobacco beer, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That.
Yep.
And I think that only that one, and Carl's homebrew that exploded all over my desk. Apart from those 2 beers,
Yeah.
I think which
was interesting last week.
Yeah, I think we had a great season as far as beers went. I mean, Rodenbach Grand Cru was amazing. The Reale was amazing. Nazionale I really liked. All the Italian beers, apart from the Reporter, were like top shelf, as our first number 1 fan would have said, or top draw, or whatever he used to say.
Top draw. Top draw, mate. Absolutely top draw.
Everything was just great. I think my number 1 would probably be either My Antonia or Grand Cru. They really kicked off the season really well.
Okay. Cool.
Both,
to be
completely
honest,
different beers.
Yeah, I don't think there's been a bad beer among the ones we've done this season. The only one that I remember not standing out was probably the Bear Hug Hibernation White IPA, which I think I distinctly remember saying it was a beer that made me thirsty and made me want to drink more beer. Which maybe that was the intention of it. Who knows? But yeah, it's been a solid season, mate. Actually, I think we've had a really good selection of beers this year.
Yeah, and a big pat on our own back. Or not?
Yes. Yes. If anybody wants to pat us on our back right now that's watching, hashtag pat on the back.
And I think that beers from Italy 15% discount is still live for a little while. So if anyone wants to get their head... Go on.
I was just going to say it's going to be live until the 31st of December. So
yes.
You've got a few more weeks.
So if you want to get your hands on those Italian beers with 15% off, jump to it. Don't be put off by their postage, because the 15% kind of, helps with that, really.
It eases it a little bit, doesn't it? Yeah.
And the beers, you'll get a box of beers that you won't be able to just walk into a supermarket and get, or your average beer specialty shop even, and get. They're really nice beers, so just try it. Get 15% off as well. So go to our Season 5 beer list on the website and check that out. It's definitely worth it.
Yeah. And I think it's probably worth, again, at this point, just saying thank you to Andy and Jeremiah from Beers from Italy for sorting us out with those discounts this season, sorting us out with the beers as well that we drank, and sorting both Mark and I out with a lovely Teku glass to enjoy them from as well. So thank you, Andy, for sorting that out for us. It's been a pleasure working with you, and we do hope that more people now take the opportunity to try some Italian craft beers.
Yeah, we're a bit spoiled by those guys. It's very nice.
Yes, very spoiled.
This beer is warming up really well.
So am I, actually. The more of it I drink, the warmer I'm beginning to feel. I'm beginning to feel all rosy, like I'm sat in front of a log fire on Christmas Day.
It's just lots of lovely, dark, syrupy, bitter, or boozy flavours coming through. Yeah.
It's there's a little bit of roasted coffee going on in there now. There's still that you get a lovely wash of bitter dark chocolate coming through on it on every sip, and that booziness just smacks you in the face time and time again.
And just the very, very, very slightest hint of vanilla just moving things out, I think. Might just be my imagination, but that's what I reckon.
It's balancing the whiskey notes, I think, the vanilla is.
Yeah, the booziness isn't actually as overpowering as some beers like this that we've had before. Like if you think of looking back to one of those Innocent Gun Christmas beers we had way back in like season 1 or something, and the booziness of that was really overpowering.
Yeah.
But this is just, I don't know, it's lovely and smooth. And it doesn't have that usual magic rock taste, which is quite surprising.
It's very well balanced. You generally don't tend to get the big hoppy magic rock hit from their darker beers. It's a lot more subtle in there. But this is the Bourbon Barrel Bearded Lady starts off as Dark Arts recipe. And then it becomes, they have a smaller version called Bearded Lady as well, which comes in at 9%. And then obviously they have the Bourbon Barreled version as well. And this is an annual release, so it's only the second time that Magic Rock have released this. And you'll notice on the bottle that it says number 5. So that's the 5th of their special releases that they do in these wonderfully embossed bottles. So the 4 that have gone between this are obviously the 2 Human Cannibals, Strong Man, and last year's Bearded Lady. So they're well worth keeping your eye out for when they come up, because they do come up only once a year.
I'm just pouring some more out. These are really beautiful. I love the way they do their etching on. It's not really etching. It's the painted on labels, but it's just. It's another brewery that really gets branding. You can tell Magic
Oh
Rock when
yeah,
they see the bottles,
absolutely.
can't you?
Yeah,
Just
and it's probably no massive secret anymore either that Magic Rock are going to be getting a can in line when they move as well, and the excitement over seeing the Magic Rock branding on a can is just, I'm almost in bits about it. I swear that there will be a constant supply of canned Cannonball in my fridge when that great day comes.
what you should do is just get yourself like a Coke vending machine and just fill it with Cannonball. And so
So
you
it's
knock
what I
off
have
from.
to make myself pay for it every time that I order one.
No, no, you set it up so you don't have to pay for it, but you knock off work, you cross your office, hit the button for Cannonball, Cannonball slides down, crack it open, there you go. Nice and
Yeah,
refrigerated, sorted.
winning, winning every time with that. Yeah.
Oh, dearie me. Right. What else went on in the season? We had
Right.
quite a few guests this season, mate.
We have probably more guests than ever before. Actually, we certainly upped our guestage on the show.
Yeah, we did.
I'm guessing you'd like me to talk about the guests
I
actually
would.
at that
If
point as well.
that would be very kind of you.
Okay. Well, I mean, we've already mentioned them a couple of times, but Andy and Jeremiah from Beers of Italy obviously joined us for the beginning and the end of the Italian beers. So it was nice to have those guys actually talking to us about some of the history involved with Italian brewing, and also where they want to go with their what they're doing with the beers that they're importing. Charles Ellis blogger Matt Curtis joining us back at the beginning of the season for the Rodenbach Grand Cru, which was nice to have Matt on and his wealth of experience and knowledge that he shared with us. Rowan Molyneux for our pre-Indie Man Thornbridge Halcyon Loving. And Rowan obviously also, as did Matt, also joined us on the Indie Man special as well, giving us some guest reviews from the conference itself. Rob Derbyshire, as already mentioned, from Hopzine, Graham and Rob Lovett on the Thornbridge Vienna IPA show. Mr. Pallet himself, some random bloke off Twitter, Justin Mason, joined us once again for the Keto Reporter. The greatest beard we've ever had on the show. Sorry, Carl, we're not talking about you, mate, but Peter McCary and his massive ginger beard were on the show with us when we reviewed the 5 Points IPA. And then all the homebrewers last week, AD, Carl and Dave, all coming on, giving up their time, giving up a lot of their beers as well to chat through. So yeah, it's been a really great season for guests on the show, and we're gonna kind of continue with that theme in the future. I think we will still do quite a few episodes where it's just Mark and I, because we do just like to retain our solo status sometimes. But I just think sometimes it's nice having people on with us that bring a different element to the beers. What do you think, mate?
Yeah, absolutely, and it's a great way for me, because I don't network as much as you do, obviously, but it's a great way for me to meet people that are in the community, and then go on. We've had all these people on this week, on this season, but I've met the Beard himself in person, which was really nice. I've met Matt in person, Matt Curtis, which was really nice. And Justin is an old friend of the show as well. So it's just great getting these people in and the newbies and stuff. And it's just great. I mean, I love the shows that you and I do together, but getting that little element in and having things like the homebrew special and the lock-ins and stuff like that, we have built a little Beer O'Clock Show family over the last 5 seasons. It's been great.
We have indeed, mate. And talking about the lock-in, we have the next one's coming up on Saturday, the 17th of January, which has been kindly supported by Left Hand Brewing from Colorado, who have given all of our guests on that show 2 bottles of beer. We are doing their milk stout and their nitro milk stout in kind of a direct side-by-side comparison. And coming up right now is an interview with Sharona, who is Left Hand Brewing's UK representative, who is going to tell us all about the Milk Stout and the Nitro Milk Stout.
For those of you watching live, you will not hear this interview. This is part of the audio magic of the Beer O'Clock Show podcast. Thanks for watching. You can listen to the interview when we rebroadcast the show on delay on Friday. You can download it via iTunes or Stitcher Radio or listen to it on the website. Now to resume our live broadcast. Cool. All right, mate. How are you getting on with this beer?
Mate, I'm absolutely loving it, but I think it's burning me up inside. I'm red hot now. I'm all flushed. I'm feeling rosy, and I've still got this. Oh, hang on a minute. Let's move that branding. I've still got this massive bulbous glass full to get rid of.
What's the branding you got on the glass?
It's But I just thought it was the perfect glass for this evening.
Is it young?
Do you want to see it again? No.
Oh.
You see it?
Our old friends.
Yes. I didn't want to put it in my stout glass because I just thought the stout glass was wrong for it, and I thought I was going to go with the Teku, but then I've got kind of this. I think they call them a snifter glass that's just perfect for this sort of beer.
I don't have one of those types of glasses.
So yeah, I'm still loving it, mate. How's the flavour doing for you? Is it changing at all?
The flavour? It's warming more. I'm getting that dark caramel roasty flavour is really coming through now. It's still smooth as anything, and the booziness is kind of lightening up a little bit, and the burning as well. I'm not getting the burning as much. So, you know, I'm kind of warming up a little bit. I'm enjoying myself. It's good fun.
Yeah.
10 or so percent, you know.
I think hopefully we'll have a few
for us.
We're for the end of the show.
We'll have a few what, sorry?
Woos. You know, woo!
Oh, and my wife joined us very briefly on the Coombe Crawl on Saturday, and she regaled people with my woo story after the lock-in last time.
Yes, the last lock-in was a good session, as will be the next one. So make sure you tune in Saturday the 17th of January. That's the next time you'll see your wonderful hosts from the Beer O'Clock Show broadcasting live on the interwebs.
And obviously we are broadcasting live now, so Steve, we've been getting messages in through Twitter. Anything to report?
We have. Dave Martin again saying that the Italian beers are well worth investigating. Even better still is to get to Italy. Doody, I don't think he's joined us for the broadcast, but he's certainly joined us on Twitter. Saying that he's happy to have lost his #1 fan status as long as it went to Miles. I think there's some sort of northeast loving thing going on there. And then David Martin also self-promoting himself, saying he wrote a blog about Italian beers a while ago, and now his wife's come into the room and he feels a little bit guilty. Don't think we want to read any more of Dave's tweets. Don't know where they're going. So yeah, if there is anybody watching that does want to converse with us, just give us a shout out. Now's the time. Got about, I don't know, as long as it takes left on this broadcast.
5 minutes.
Maybe we'll answer Miles' question. What are you hoping for Christmas, mate? I don't know whether it was is it a beer related question? If you could have one beer for Christmas, what would it be, Mark?
It would be Tutti Frutti Saison, as brewed by Andy Parker.
And coming exclusively in Season 6 to the Beer O'Clock Show.
Fresh in a mini keg, delivered to my door. Did I tell you that I got a box of Wildcard brewery beers from Secret Santa at my work do?
No.
Yeah. From my boss, who knows me far too well.
That's a pretty decent Secret Santa.
Yeah, so I got the Jack, King, Queen, and Ace. I think the Ace is a stout. There's an IPA in there, and there's a pale, and there's a brown ale, I think. I can't quite remember.
Okay. I
But more
can't say that
fucking
I've
beer for
tried
the
any
beer
of their
shelf.
beers, mate. Yeah.
I've had the Jack before, which I can't quite remember what. No, the Jack is a red ale, I think. That was really nice. So they're based in East London or thereabouts. Wildcard, aren't they?
Why am I
Um,
not surprised that they're based in London?
yeah, East London, of all places, along with every other bloody brewery. So I think they brew out of a pub because he's always talking about how he goes to the pub and they've got the brewery there as well. I don't know, but the nice beer that I had last time, you can get them at Source Market sometimes.
Yes, yeah, they're always at Source Market. They're always at
Yeah.
Source Market at St Pancras. Yeah.
So
While you've been chatting there, mate, we've had a couple of other tweets coming. I've got to mention them both
okay.
actually. Sean Smith is got his craft wanker on. He's got the right glass for the right beer, so he's got his Bourbon Barrel Bearded Lady in a Magic Rock branded glass. Well done, Sean. Nice picture as well, mate. Also said it's a great show, so glad you're enjoying it, and glad you're enjoying the live experience that is the Beer O'Clock show. And then Doody, who not wanting ever being one to keep quiet when he gets on one, is most definitely watching live. Thank you very much. Thank you. It's nice to know that you're with us this evening.
Sure you are, dude.
She'll wait. Yeah, she'll wait for the appropriate amount of time for him to write and send another tweet now. So we've been chatting a little bit about season 6. Should we give the listeners a little preview of what we've coming up next season?
Yeah, for the boys and girls who haven't been listening to the 11 p.m. somewhere podcast like we told you to, boys and girls.
Yes.
Yeah, let's give them a little rundown of what we have coming come February. Go for it. That's your cue. Stephen.
Well, I'm not going to reveal all of the beers because we'll put those up on the website in January. We're still finalising a few of them, but as Mark said, back on episode 1 of 11 p.m. Somewhere podcast, which we have been signposting you to for about 8 weeks now. We did reveal exclusively on Ian's podcast there that we're going to do an Irish craft beer season. So that will be season 6. We're going to be featuring 5 of the best craft beers that are currently available in Ireland. And on a number of those shows, we'll be joined by Ian from PM Somewhere and by Wayne and Janice from the Irish Beer Snob podcast. And they'll kind of be joint podcasts that we'll be doing with the guys from Ireland, talking to them about the brewing scene out there, about the beers that they've sent us. They've got some absolute crackers lined up for us.
Yeah.
The one that I will mention is the one that we're going to open next season with, which is the much applauded Galway Bay of Foam and Fury. It's a double IPA, weighs in at about 8.5%. Mark absolutely loves that style of beer, so I thought it'd be great to start the season off as we intend to carry on. As I say, we'll be doing around 5 or 6 shows featuring the Irish beers. We are currently trying to find a way to get those beers to our listeners. We haven't finalised anything yet, but keep your eye on the website, because as soon as we do finalise something, it'll be up on the website on a little tab at the top that says Season 6 Beer List. In addition to that, mixed in with that, we will also have coming up, Mark mentioned, Tutti Frutti by Andy Parker, 2 beers from the same base recipe. One of them is an APA, one of them is a Saison, so we'll be featuring those beers. We have show number 100 coming up as well, which is a big show for us, big milestone. And again, based on the success of tonight and the live broadcast, we're going to live broadcast our 100th show as well. Another special beer for that show. We managed to get a hold of a couple of bottles of the Mikkeller Siren collab, the Beer Geek Daydream, which is a white stout, 11.8% or something like that. We'll be featuring that on show number 100. We've got loads of guests lined up next season. We've got a great range of beers lined up, and everything will be revealed in its entirety in early January. So keep your eye on Twitter for the announcement that says Season 6 is here, and you'll be able to check out the beer list on the website.
Indeedy. Whew. Very good.
So, Doodie's been on again while we've been talking there, mate. He hasn't got a bald and barrel bearded lady for this year, so he's off to get himself a bottle of Halcyon. Nice work, Michael. Nice work.
Still number 2 fan. G'day, Miles. How's it going,
I'm
mate?
actually contemplating chasing this bottle of bald and barrel bearded lady with a Halcyon later.
Oh, I thought you meant you're going to down it in one. The rest of it.
No, don't be silly. This is a beer to be savoured. This is a real sipper. This one.
I'll tell you what it is, but it's one that you just want to keep sipping as well. It's really nice, and the boys and girls know that I don't really go for the higher ABV beers, but it's only 10%. It's practically a baby. This is one funny thing from my Christmas do last week, because we went to the Island Queen pub, which is in Islington, and they have a decent range of cans and bottles and stuff, but they have Sierra Nevada Pale Ale on tap. So if I ever see that on tap, I always go for it.
Yeah.
And so the girl behind the bar is pouring my beer out for me. My boss comes up to me and goes, "What are you having?" I said, "I've gone for the Sierra Nevada." And he looks at the label on it and turns around to someone and says, "Mark's on the heavy stuff. That's 5%." I said, "No, it's not. It's practically lemonade. 5%'s nothing. It's nothing." So they're all thinking that I'm some heavy drinker because I'm drinking Sierra Nevada Pale Ale. And it's like, 2 years ago maybe I would have balked at it. But 5%'s nothing. It's nothing. Anyway, funny story there for you, Steve. Cheers.
Well, I'll tell you what, mate. You should take him in this bottle tomorrow and say, "You know that heavy stuff you thought I was drinking last week? Check out this, what I drank last night."
Yeah, on a school night. Good luck getting anything reasonable out of me today.
Yeah.
You know how my workflow is always really shit on a Tuesday, boss? This kind of shit's why.
Yeah.
Oh, and I just want to say another standout beer from this season, which wasn't mentioned on our beer list, but it was Eddie Goodrich's homebrew from last week. Just the smell of it. I was saying this to Justin on Saturday. I think it was Justin. I can't quite remember who. But I was just recounting the aromas we got off that beer were just amazing. Were they?
Yeah. The aromas were amazing. It was all sweet and it was sherbet. I mean, while we're applauding the homebrews, let's not forget the Black Forest Gatto stout as well, because the flavours that we got out of that were just amazing. And we will have, I didn't mention this in our rundown of Season 6, but there is going to be another homebrew special next season. We've already managed to identify 4 willing participants who will come on to next season's homebrew show, so we'll keep you up to date with what we're going to be doing there as well.
Yep, the homebrew season is going to be, it's pretty much something we're going to be doing every season.
It's going to be a regular feature now, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
We might have to get to the point where we start bringing on people that have been on before, and I mean, there are loads of homebrewers out there, but only a small number of them are willing to come on and share their beer live.
Yeah.
But,
which is a shame. If anyone's listening to this, because there's only 5 of you watching, but anyone's listening to this, it's really easy. All you need is a microphone and a willingness to talk. If you're homebrewing and you're doing really good beers, then you have a modicum of intelligence already. So just come on, talk about your beers. It's good fun. We all get a little bit tipsy because we all drink 4 beers in about 40 minutes. and sign up. Tweet Beer O'Clock Show on Twitter. Or go onto the website beeroclockshow.co.uk and drop a comment somewhere, and Steve and I will pick it up and come on the show. Yeah, I love the beer. I love the homebrew specials. It's always
I
great.
do. I always sleep well on those nights.
Me too.
We've had another tweet, mate, and I'm not sure if this is a tweet or whether it's a challenge. Andrew Drinks, who a lot of people will remember, he was on our first homebrew special ever. Andrew now resides in Luxembourg, and I'm guessing he's one of the 5 that are tuning in from in Europe. I'm not sure if this is a challenge though, Andrew. So, Bald and Barrel Bearded Lady, black and tan with Halcyon, get blending. It's Monday night. I'm sorry. As much as I want to take that as a challenge, I'm not going to do it. I'm really not, because that's just going to destroy me for tomorrow. But I can anticipate how great it would change the taste. So thanks for the challenge there, mate. But I'm going to decline on this occasion.
Oh, dear me, I've got a punk IPA in the fridge. Maybe I should blend after this. Nah.
Well, maybe you should do it with Punk and I should do it with Halcyon.
Nah.
No, stop. Let's stop there. That's the sort of talk that we need to reserve for the lock-in. So if there are people that are watching that want to make those sorts of challenges, save it for the lock-in, because it's a sort of stupid thing we can do on a Saturday night. But really, I'm not going to do it on a school night.
And that's another thing that's going to be somewhat semi-regular, is the lock-in. We're going to be doing, I think, 2 a year.
Three a year is
3
is the plan, mate.
Fuck me.
Yes, there'll be the sort of January, May, and September will be the lock-ins. So we already have, fantastically, we already have a supporter lined up for the May lock-in as well. So we know which beer we're going to be featuring in May. We've got half of the cast assembled for the May lock-in as well. So there are
Wankers assemble.
Wankers assemble. Craft Avengers. If you want to be on a lock-in, again, just tweet us at Beer O'Clock Show and let us know, and we'll add you to the list of people that want to feature on our live lock-ins.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, if you guys enjoy seeing these live episodes on a Monday night, I know it's a funny night to be watching things live on the internet, let us know, and we could start doing the end of season beers a bit live, maybe. You never know.
We're not. We've really got faces for radio, but we're happy to come on and broadcast every now and again.
Speak for yourself, mate.
Yeah,
right.
Making some really strange faces there.
As we're getting to the end of this, go on.
I was just going to say, did our viewer count just drop then when you started making strange faces?
We're still on 5. We're holding strong.
Okay. Excellent. Well, thank you to the 5 people that have been with us from beginning to end. We really would just, if you're there, you're obviously watching, please just get onto Twitter and just tweet us that you're watching, so that we can actually give you a shout out as well. Because I'd like to say thank you to the 5 people that are watching. Is it 4 now? Someone just dropped out.
Oh, back up to 5.
Okay.
Back up to 5.
If you're watching, tweet us now and let us know so we can give you a bit of a roll of honour at the end of tonight's show. We'll give you all a shout out and thanks for staying with us, because it must be strange just watching 2 blokes drinking an amazing beer online on a Monday night.
Yeah, and when there's other websites offering live video that, you know, a bit more entertaining than just 2 guys drinking beer. You don't have to pay anything for this one, though. Anyway, moving on. Instagram. Let's do Instagram with the week, mate.
Oh, I wasn't ready for that.
Okay,
I'm struggling this week because there are 4 that I really can't choose between. So let's go for something as simple as, I'm going to number them 1 to 4. Mark, pick a number.
3.
Okay, this week's winner then is, and he's been a winner on a number of occasions this season. Fantastic film, Ian G, for this image. That's the
Oh,
Instagram of the week for those of you that are watching.
very
For those of
fancy.
you that are listening, it's up on the Instagram account at Beer O'Clock Show. It's also in the show notes for tonight. Shall I just show you the other ones that were in contention for this evening as well?
Sure.
I'm going to show them. Obviously, this doesn't work in audio. There's this one from Tim Sean
Which is a
to
can of
Sean Smith,
IHL with
which I
an
thought was
A
quite
in
nice.
front of it.
Yeah, all of these are going to be up on our Instagram feed this week, actually. Then from Bottle and Bean, who was with us on Saturday, and this was a picture of two glasses from Brewdog at the Crimbo Crawl,
Oh.
which I thought was quite a nice picture.
Oh.
It just fond memories in my heart. And then there was this one from, again, another long-term contributor, Sparky Wright. Cheers, Sparky, for this picture of a bottle of Jarl, which will be featuring next season as well, actually. So that's a very, very popular beer. A lot of people enjoy the Fine Ale Jarl. So look forward to drinking that one next season. So that's the final Instagram of the week, mate. The final prize for this year. Apart from the daily ones that I'm going to do over the 12 beers of Christmas. So
Yes.
anybody that wants to...
When does the 12 beers of Christmas start?
Starts on, as you listen to this, if you're listening to this on Friday, it starts tomorrow. If you're listening to this at any other point, it starts on Saturday, 20th of December, runs through until 31st December. One beer a day, different beers, put them on Instagram. Best picture will get daily Instagram, prize is prize. You can comment on the daily blog I'll be doing. You can put it on Twitter, put it anywhere. Just use the hashtag 12 beers of Xmas, and I'll be able to pick it up, because I'll also be using Storyfy to put together a daily feed of those people that have got involved.
Yes, indeedy. And tonight's beer on the final season of Season 5 was a 10.5% ABV Imperial Brown Stout from the beautiful people at Magic Rock Brewing. It was a bourbon barrel, bearded lady. Steve, we're both still going, but let's get our final thoughts on this, mate, as we wrap up this live broadcast.
For me, this is a long sipping beer. It's a beer that you could quite literally enjoy over the course of the evening. The 660ml bottle that it comes in certainly gives you enough volume to be able to do that. It gets better the warmer it gets in the glass. On the aroma, you're greeted with these sweet, boozy flavours. There's a hint of vanilla in there. There's a hint of caramel, a little bit of pine in there as well. On the flavour, it's all dark. It's roasted. There's some really bittersweet chocolate in there. There's maybe a little bit of coffee. There's a big, big boozy hit that comes through. It's simply a stunning beer. I just feel as though I'm missing a smoking jacket, slippers, and a pipe, because I think those three things would properly set me off with this beer.
Yep, I will echo all of that. And I would say, and I think this is an experiment for anyone who has one left over and doesn't mind wasting it, is start off the night with it chilled, with some nice barbecued meat, or a nice steak.
Oh, yeah.
Then as it warms, after the steak, have a variety of cheeses, share the bottle with some friends, and just sip the beer as you go along. Then as it continues to warm, for pudding, have a fruit salad made of dark fruit berries, with a little side of cream. And just that mix, as the beer warms, the flavours just transcend brown beers. It is such a lovely beer. Such a nice end to the season as well. It's just pure fucking class, this beer.
Well, is it fair to say you were happy with your surprise then, mate?
I was very happy. I was a bit put off when it was Magic Rock, because they've tried to kill me many times in the past.
You thought it was going to be a hot bomb, didn't you?
I so thought it was going to be a hot bomb. And when I saw the Imperial, I thought, okay, this is going to be a booze bomb, but it's not. They've just balanced it so well. So many of these types of beers just over the booze. You know, they think Bourbonnais means let's try and get all that booze in as much as possible. But It's nice and light on the booze, heavy on that dark, rich flavors, a smooth caramel, smooth coffee, and that nice burn at the beginning, which has now kind of eased off a bit just to a gentle warmth. It is such a nice, smooth, treacly beer. It's gorgeous. Thank you, Steve.
You're
I love
very
you, buddy.
welcome, mate. I love you too, and a very happy Christmas to you as well. And I have to say that I always love your final beer description of the last show of every season, because it was almost the most. It is always the most eloquent you get in terms of your beer descriptions. That was just, that was a thing of beauty, mate. It almost made me weep.
Oh, I'm doing you proud,
That might
mate.
be that might also be the booze though, but
More than likely.
mm.
Oh, I feel like all warm and cuddly now. What a beer.
So do I.
I'm looking a bit flush on the camera as well.
Yeah, I feel like I'm gonna just burn up internally at any minute.
Right, shall we wrap this up, mate? Any final messages from Twitter that we should cover?
Let's just have a look. There's a couple. Sean Smith is desperate for a bottle of nitro for the lock-in. Sean, I know that our supporters, Owls by Mal, stock it when it's available in the UK, and I know that a load of beer has just come into the UK because obviously we've just received our stocks for the lock-in. Just keep trying, mate. There's plenty around at the moment. David Martin has said it's just like having to put up with us both on Saturday and 3 kisses. Make of that what you will.
Buddy, we put up with you, mate.
Yep. Drunk Maths at Garstang Grover.
Best kind of maths.
He's a home brewer. He's a home brewer willing to get involved in one of our homebrew specials next year. We'll be in touch at some point. Thanks for getting in touch for that. You're obviously one of the 5. So I think we can probably work out the 5 are Drunk Maths, David Martin, Doody, Andrew Drinks, and Miles Lambert, and Sean Smith. That's 6. Somehow 6 people are watching.
Some people are dropping in and
but
out.
only 5 are showing. And then Sean Smith just funking gorgeous. I'm assuming he's talking about me and not the beer at this point. But yeah,
or me.
I think,
you fucker.
no, it's me, mate. It's me since I'm all smooth again. Here, people go for the smooth. But yeah, I think on that note, mate, that's probably a good place to end season 5, don't you think?
It is. So let's give a call out to our supporters for this season, Ales by Mail, who've been very supportive. They're your premier destination for bottled real ales delivered directly to your door. Visit alesbymail.co.uk and use the code BOCS10 for a 10% discount. Get those Christmas beers in. They've got a pretty decent range. You can get a shitload of beer, 10% off. What are you waiting for? You can find us online at beeroclockshow.co.uk, Twitter at beeroclockshow, Instagram at beeroclockshow, Untapped at beeroclockshow. Steve, I'm on Untapped at Roku, and I'm on Twitter at Roku Beer. That's the end of season 5. Thanks so much, everyone, for your support. The show is going great. It's great to meet so many of you virtually and in person. And as always, Stephen, you're my reason for beering. And I thank you.
And mate, as always, as there's no one here to steal it this evening, it's been the highlight of my week.
Been the highlight of my year,
really
mate.
Has. And again, yeah, I just to echo what you've said, it's been an amazing year. This 2014 has been the year where I think we've really gone to the next level with the Beer O'Clock Show. We just hope that that you people, the guys that listen to what we do, enjoy what we do. We'll keep doing it for as long as you keep enjoying it and as long as we keep having fun. And if we do stuff that you don't like, tell us, because all feedback is good for us. So if there's
Indeed.
something, if there's features that you don't like, you know, we'll drop them and we'll think of other things to do. But we know you like the interviews with the Brewers and the interviews with the Brewers, and we'll try and bring you more of those next season as well. So yeah, we're just going to keep doing this for as long as you guys want to listen to us, I think.
Indeed, and the craft beer scene has matured so much, the community has matured so much over the last couple of years. This year has been fantastic. And again, we thank all of you for your support, all of those of you who get in touch with us by the website or via Twitter or via Instagram. We thank you so much. I hope you have a very Merry Christmas and a very safe New Year. We'll be back with the show in February and with the live lock-in in January. Check the website for details and check Twitter for the 12 Beers of Christmas, as Steve does them. We'll also be storifying things and putting those on the website. So get involved, get those beers, get drinking, and have a fucking fantastic Christmas. Until next time, thank you very much. Bye-bye.